Listen, I will never, ever disparage Vince McMahon. Yeah, he's got his personal issues and whatnot. But from a professional standpoint, I'll never disparage the man. I would not be here today without Vince. Like he gave,
no one would.
He gave me everything. Stuck with me when I was learning to be a wrestling guy. Wasn't a wrestling guy when I came here.
Why do you think he believed in you so much?
I think a lot of it really had to, I think there were two things. Jim Ross obviously was the man. I still think the greatest ever. I think Vince was understood that JR was getting older and he needed to bring in somebody younger. And so I just think because of my background, and I was a good announcer at the time, I just think JR came to the WWE already a wrestling guy. And I think me being new and fresh and not a wrestling guy, Vince was able to mold me how he wanted me to be an announcer.
Interesting.
And he stuck with it. And even when I sucked in the beginning and everything else, and the fans freaking hated me, Vince stuck with me.
That's kind of interesting, though, because Vince is pretty cutthroat.
Yes. That's why I talk to Michael Hayes about this all the time. It's amazing that I've lasted in this company this long because Vince, there are certain things that would set that man off, right? And he would just like, okay, you're done, fired, see ya.
Yeah.
Like sometimes for no reason.
Yeah.
But he stuck with me 100% of the time. And so I'll never disparage the man. But Vince was very, very heavy-handed, controlled. It was his company, his sandbox, did whatever you want. So I never was really able to break out and be myself, with the exception of a little bit of a heel run I had, over a decade ago. But when Vince left and Paul came and was in charge, Triple H, he really changed things. And then we brought in Lee Fitting, who came from ESPN.
Yep.
And Lee coming from ESPN, where the talent is the announcer, he came here and said, I don't understand why our guys at the desk aren't, bigger and have bigger personas and aren't as respected as the people in the ring. And, being old school, I understand that you guys in the ring and the girls in the ring, they're the ones putting their bodies on the line each and every week. And people are buying tickets to see Roman Reigns. They're not buying tickets to see Michael Cole. But as you said earlier, we're a very important part of the product.
Super.
What Lee and Paul have allowed us to do is bring our personalities out. And, you're seeing the real Michael Cole now.
The Michael Cole that crowd surfs.
Exactly. The guy who crowd surfs. We'll talk about that in a second. But you're seeing, I'm a sarcastic prick at times, and I like to have fun. And like Pat called me the other day, I'm the old white dude, right? And he's the young, the young punk, right? Well, he's in his late 30s,
young white dude.
Yeah, young white dude.
Yeah, I guess so.